What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on today's video, guys, we're about to do a Roaring Kitty Week 4 update. Ever since I've been tracking my smaller bag size as far as with Roaring Kitty, I've also been doing weekly updates as far as what's going on within the community, price actions, etc., etc. So this is just a quick recap just to fill you guys in, just in case if you guys weren't a part of the community scene what was happening. So in week 4, we saw a couple of different it was pretty much a wild week, especially that what just happened last week. We saw a massive 20K buy order, guys. A 20K buy order, which legit sent Roaring Kitty, uh, you know, just took like 2 days just for us to go from roughly around a 3.8, $3.7 million market cap all the way up to like six point something, 6.4, 6.5 $1 million market cap. So things in crypto, especially things in Roaring Kitty, it could change that fast, that quick. And again, that's exactly what we saw. Then followed by that, we had two zombie wallets, guys. People who held Roaring Kitty before we became a CTO. So they held, probably forgot about it, and they just started seeing the numbers. And of course, what they did, especially if you just pull up an old wallet and you haven't been in crypto in a while, and this is what I'm assuming, by the way. And you see a huge amount of numbers, more likely what you're going to do is probably sell, take profits. And that's exactly what they did. Boom, they sold. And now we only have one whale left. And this is why we've been seeing like the constant sell pressure. Now they only have like 730,000 roars. So they're pretty much finito. Now we could probably start to see price action on the way up. Now there is another whale that has been selling Roaring Kitty, like again, probably since July. They're selling in increments, but they're almost done as well too. So right now, especially from what we've been seeing as a community, those are the only two selling pressure that we have in Roaring Kitty. Um, and that's the best thing about this asset. The only selling pressure that you're gonna have is community members. No dev that got free tokens that's constantly dumping on you to pretty much make the liquidity pool in balance. This is straight balanced liquidity. People who bought in, this is people are selling. So it is the natural order of things. So once they're gone, of course now, if there is no new whales that pop up or new selling pressure that pops up, then we should really start to send and we really start the testing all-time highs. Of course, once we break past this area right here, the penny mark is going to be the next area of resistance, possibly. Now, I have seen some people who bought in over here. They're selling their bags over here, which is great because at the end of the day, they're not a part of the community. Because if you thought Roaring Kitty was a great asset to buy over here, and you're not buying in these dips to get your cost average down, then at the end of the day, you really don't believe. And most of the time these people are not active, and I'm not going to say everybody's not active, but majority of them are not active. And of course they're not doing the things to help their bags out, especially like an easy thing like minting an NFT, making daily posts talking about Roaring Kitty with the raid and chill. So those are really the things that happened this week. Now, overall market in itself, we have seen Bitcoin have nice rally as well as Ethereum holding that 4,000 strong, which is great for us because the more and more that Ethereum holds, the better it is going to be as far as for us to keep going higher. Because again, Roaring Kitty is a Ethereum based token, and because it's an Ethereum based token, as Ethereum continue goes up, is gonna also drag our price up. And like I said, I'm keeping true to like how Keith Gill, like Michael Saylor is doing. They're constantly stacking up strong conviction plays, stacking up strong assets, and that's what I've been doing. So my cost base from last week was $5,579.83. Currently, it's at $6,259.16. As you guys could also see, let me get here. My average, it did take a nice bump. Now my average last week was at 0.2027 or 28. So I did buy in a little bit more. So now my cost average is at 0.202976. So I'm going to continue to keep accumulating more and more roar as things continue to progress, because again, this is a clear winner in my portfolio. So you want to, well, let me say not you want to, I'm going to pretty much make this become a compounding interest on my gains, because the more and more this dips, the more I get to buy. Then, as you guys probably already see with Roaring Kitty, after dips, there's typically going to be a rip. Now, it all depends on how much selling pressure we'll have, if it's going to continue to keep ripping, or we might see another pullback. Who knows? But I am here for the ride. The community's excited. We still have other people who are just sitting on standby, waiting for this whale to, get out, so that way they could just start putting in their buy order to being able to get in at good price. Last thing I'm gonna say is this: anybody, right here. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say, so I'm just gonna let things play out the way that it should play out. Then later on, I'll probably just comment on there. And of course, if you are a part of the Roaring Kitty community, and of course, if you are a part of the Bone Army and you have not yet minted one NFT, you're doing yourself, especially your bags, a disservice, because again, at the end of the day, this is what helps us continue to fight against the whales, because the more liquidity that you have, the less it's going to impact your price of your project. I mean, this is essentially what it's doing. And this is why we're trying to get as much bone as possible to stack onto Shibarium, because as some whales sell, instead of having this big, dookie red candle right here, it's just going to be less, because now they're not going to be able to impact with their selling pressure. But really, guys, that is all that I have for you today on this recap. But so leave a like, leave a comment. Random Arts guys signing off. Peace.